Hey guys, it's Jessii Vee. So I thought that this video today was very important to make. It's really important to me that you guys really listen to this and watch the entire video through to the end because it could potentially save your life. And I know that sounds dramatic, but today we're going to be talking about ticks and Lyme disease. And primarily because it is the summer, a lot of you guys are going to be spending time in nature, maybe hiking, camping, just going out to places where there actually are a lot of ticks just waiting for you. As you guys know, I was diagnosed with Lyme disease last year, and that was an absolutely horrible struggle for me, and I would never want you guys to go through what I did. So today we're going to talk about how to prepare yourself if you're going out in nature so you don't get bitten by ticks. I will show you where exactly ticks are hiding. I will talk to you about how to remove a tick if you are bitten, and I'm going to be talking about the symptoms of Lyme disease and the bite and stuff like that. This is sort of like a mini series for me. I'm going to be making 3 videos over the course of the summer, and what really inspired me to do this for you guys is, for one, because I went through it and I don't want you guys to go through it either, and also because of a meeting that I had with Rosanna Magnata. Now, she and her husband started up an Ontario family winery called Magnata Winery, and unfortunately her husband was bitten by a tick and he really struggled with the effects of Lyme disease for years before unfortunately passing away, and this is the reality for a lot of people in this world right now. But this inspired her to start up the G. Magnata Foundation, which is a non-profit organization in memory of her husband, Gabe Magnata. And it's just so amazing because their research lab at the University of Guelph will change how Lyme disease is tested and treated in Canada. And that was just so amazing to me because when I first was bitten by a tick, it was really hard for anyone to listen to me. No doctors wanted to treat me. There was not a lot of research about Lyme disease. So this foundation is really bringing the awareness, and they are making the change like right now. So it was super important to me to get this foundation's name out there. And if you guys feel touched by this, and if you feel like you want to support them and donate, there is a link down below. This video is not sponsored whatsoever. This is just me wanting to partner up with them because I feel passionate about this as well. Alright, so let's start with how to prepare yourself if you are going in nature. Now, this could be camping, it could be going on a hike, just like walking through a forest. Anytime that you're in tall grass, by bushes, by trees, it is really important to protect yourself. So I know this doesn't sound ideal, but I like to cover like every inch of skin on my body. So I like to wear long pants, a long shirt. If it's really hot outside, you can get those shirts that sort of have like the mesh in it so it kind of airs out your body so you're not too hot. And then what I do is I put on sneakers and I put the socks over my pants. That way like nothing can fall into my shoe or nothing can go on my foot, and then I'll put my shoes on over that. And I have this bug spray which I use specifically. Once again, not sponsored, just something I use and I want you guys to know about. It's called Woods. It's premium insect repellent, offers protection from mosquitoes, ticks for 12 hours, and black flies. And I have tried a bunch of bug sprays, and first of all, not all of them are made for ticks, and second of all, a lot of them have really harsh chemicals that aren't good for your body. So I found that this one is the less harsh for you because you can actually spray this directly on your skin, and a lot of the other ones say like do not put it on your skin, just put it on your clothes because it's actually really bad for you. But this one is the one I go for because it's a bit more natural and less like invasive, if that's a word. So yeah, I basically look like a grandma when I go out in the woods, but it's worth it, right? Like I'd rather look silly and be fully protected than have Lyme disease, which I have Lyme disease, but you know, you guys wouldn't want that. Also, I know that I've been saying that, you know, ticks are in forests and while you're hiking and camping, but that's not always the case. More often than not, they're actually right in your backyard, in the normal grass in your backyard. They're in big cities because they latch on to birds. So birds fly over cities, birds fly over neighborhoods, they drop them everywhere. So even in places where there's not literally nature right there, they're there as well. So you really have to keep an eye out. I know it's not ideal to like get all wrapped up when you're walking in the city in like 30 degrees Celsius weather, but just be aware. So I'm gonna let you know what to do after you come back from being in nature. So the first thing you want to do is take off the clothes that you had right away and throw it in the wash. Because if you do have any ticks attached to your clothing, you don't want to bring them upstairs into your house, into your bedroom, where they can like wait for you in your bed. You're going to want to go into your laundry room, strip down, take the clothes, throw it into the wash right away. From there, you're going to want to go straight into a hot shower to make sure if you have any ticks that are sort of lingering on you, that they come right off. So let's talk about an actual tick bite. Now this gets a little bit complicated because a lot of people think that when they get a tick bite, they're gonna just see the tick like just right sitting on top of their skin, but that's not really the case because ticks come in all sizes. They can be absolutely so teeny tiny that you can barely see them, or they can be larger so you can see. But the thing is, when they bite you, they actually embed themselves into your skin, so they actually go like into the skin. So when you look at yourself, you might just think you have like a beauty spot there because it's actually like under your skin, which is super, super gross. I encourage you guys, if you're interested, to go online, go on Google Images and look up what a tick looks like when it's embedded. I'm not going to show any right here because, you know, some of the images are kind of gross, so if you're a little bit queasy, don't do that. But if you're really curious and want to know, definitely do some research yourself. But the method that you take the tick out is really, really important. There are a bunch of different ways, but I know a really common one is taking a pair of fine pointed tweezers. And the thing that a lot of people get wrong is you're not supposed to squeeze the body, so not the biggest part of the tick, to get it out, because that is where the disease comes from. So if you squeeze that and it's biting you with its mouth, all of that stuff is just gonna go right into your body. You have to actually take the head part where it's biting you out first. That way, if you accidentally squeeze it after that, what's in it is not going inside of you. So don't squeeze it with your fingers to try to take it off. Once it is removed, you gotta wash it really well with hot water and soap. And then I personally would recommend, I am not a doctor, I'm not telling you to do this, but if I was in the position myself again and I saw that I had a tick bite, right away I would go to the doctor and just get that week length antibiotics just to have it, because it's really hard to get a doctor to diagnose you with Lyme disease. It's such a huge process. So if you have a bite and you're wondering whether or not you have Lyme disease, it just makes sense to me, at least. I would have just gone on that week worth of antibiotics so that if I did have it, it got rid of it, and if I didn't, no harm done. You know what I mean? Because it's really important to note, and I didn't know this back then, but once you're bitten, and let's say you do have Lyme disease, you have a very small window to get antibiotics to get rid of it all. If I had gotten antibiotics within the first month that I was bitten, I probably would have been fine to this day. But I was diagnosed a year later. And once it's been a year, literally that bacteria is all over your body. It's hiding in your biofilms. It's hiding, like, the medication can't really get to it anymore. So it's really, really important that you deal with this accordingly. And then lastly, symptoms. This one's kind of a bit more difficult for me to, you know, tell you guys about because everyone sort of responds to Lyme disease differently, and depending on what strain you have, it's gonna affect different parts of your body. So what I usually tell people is initially when you first get the bite, you feel like you either have a cold or a flu, like you just feel generally ill, like maybe a stuffy nose, you feel nauseous, you feel sort of tired. I feel like that's what I sort of initially felt. And then a few weeks later, it turned into like back pain and muscle pain. Every day it felt like I had just gone on like a long run or just worked out for 6 hours. Like I just felt very tired, my joints hurt, my muscles hurt. I had a lot of headaches and stuff, but like I said, it literally affects people differently. People that I've talked to that have had Lyme disease, when I ask them what their symptoms were, a lot of the time it's a lot different than what I had. So I just say if you know you were bitten by a tick and the days or weeks after that you do not feel like yourself in the slightest, that is a very, very bad sign. So that is everything I wanted to tell you guys today for this video. Once again, I'm not a doctor. I cannot tell you what to do. This is just all in my opinion. This is what I would have done differently if I could do it again. Obviously, talk to your doctor, talk to someone who is Lyme literate. I can only give you my personal advice. But as I said before, the G Magnata Foundation link is down below, so definitely check it out. There's a lot of information on their website, and like I said before, if you feel like you would like to donate to support their research, you definitely can. I know I have been. I would just like to see Lyme disease get kicked in the butt, you know? But anyways, though guys, I hope you have an amazing rest of your day. Please stay safe, please protect your body, and I will see you in my next video.